Hi. Just watching. Some of you might have seen this. I'm on the Sci-Fi channel. I'll just switch it down a bit. About time and space, because I'm just watching something called what's it called? Termination Point. Jason Priestley in it. Hi. And makes me laugh really because what does it say? I've never seen it. You might have. Where is it? When his time travel experiments are shut down, a scientist steals the tech to continue his work with devastating consequences. Really don't know where that story might have sort of sprang from. I mean, I do really, because I've just been watching before this. I've just been watching something called the Philadelphia Project. Is it? You know about the USS warship, the invisibility. It got cloaked, didn't it? With something to do with the stealth. Was it a stealth project? And that had the Tesla machine in the film that was on today. The Tesla machine, and they were shouting 1 Tesla, 2 Tesla, high. You know, the energy they were getting to ramp this up to bring it into reality. But if anyone actually knows about that story, this is what I'm going to be talking about tonight. You know, with the soldiers, sailors, whatever you want to call them, military, getting fused to the boat. And I heard this because I've seen this. I've read about this before. Hang on a minute. So that was an awful to see those men caught up in the ship. Yeah, some people will think this is a conspiracy theory because that's what people call it. But after I watched that, Termination Point is on, which was really weird because the Tesla was mentioned in the first thing that I've just seen. Also, something was mentioned on Star Trek, the old one again. And now this, obviously, to me, is Tesla. Oh yeah, I know about Tesla. I know about Trump because that's also gone through Q as well, and that's Tesla's uncle exactly got the papers off Tesla because the FBI went in and asked him if they could use anything, and then some of those notes went missing, which, like I just said, on this film called Termination Point in 2007, when his time travel experiments are shut down, a scientist steals the tech to continue. A little bit twisted, but the same. Tesla to me. So two things are aiming at Tesla. I'm watching that this morning. I can hear my son watching something, and all I can hear in the background is, it's an alien. This kiddie thing. It's an alien. It's an alien invasion. This, that, and everything. I'm thinking, well. So I've watched Star Trek. Because I was working on the books while I was watching because it's too cold in the room. Star Trek. About these, well, I'm going to talk about tonight what was in it, but you're just thinking, yeah, they put it out there in film like we've said. Yeah, Philadelphia Project, the Rainbow, was it the Rainbow Project or something? It was called the Rainbow Experiment or something. Rainbow. Funny thing is, I got up this morning making a coffee, singing like I do. Songs just come to head singing. You know that song, I See Your True Colours? Shining like a rainbow. I was singing that this morning. So you know that thing when you start connecting to things and you start hearing things, like my son was watching this thing and something was coming in, and then I had a dream last night. It was a weird one, but I'm going to tell you about it tonight. And then I woke up and was like, oh, this is on. Hi, from Long Island. But yes, if anyone doesn't know about the Elder Bridge, was it the Elder Bridge warship, the experiment, you can actually go and see pictures and things of people talking about it. Some people won't believe it because, it's all a conspiracy, isn't it? Hi, Sandy. So I just found it rather interesting, and that is what I'm going to be talking about tonight because I wrote it down in one of my books, just little notes about what I saw this morning. There is a chat that I want to talk about on Friday about free will and the law of one, and who I was watching, which made more sense yet again. Yeah, USS Elderbridge, which I think they put the number down as. Sorry, I've just watched the other one now. I'm like, ah. Oh, and by the way, in the film Philadelphia, the military were running up the stairs, and you'll never guess what number was on the back of the steps as they were running up the stairs, you know, because they put things out in films. Anyway, hi, guess what number was on the back? And don't forget, they were shouting Tesla out, Tesla 1, Tesla 2, when images were coming. If anyone's seen the newish film that was made in 2012, which is funnily enough when people started saying that's when the shift was coming. Guess what number was on the back of the steps? 17. Yeah, I was like, no way. And the number of the boat that they said it was, which was slightly different, was, I bet I can't find it at the minute. But I can't find it. Was a different number, but sure it said 17.3 on it in the film, and then it was something different on another one. Yeah, so, yeah, wowzers. I was like, whoa. But I had to watch this channel. I don't normally watch telly, but I've had to go to the horror channel because it's a sci-fi channel in the day. Guess what's on tonight, people? I've not seen it, but I thought, I might go and have a nose at that tonight before I come on at 9. At 8 o'clock on this channel, it is, I know some of you have seen it, The Dome. I never watched The Dome. I was going to, and I didn't. But things are starting to make me laugh now because I'm like, what? Well, it's not really what. It's just when you start connecting to things and thinking of things, those things come in and you start hearing and seeing those things in your reality. It's a fact, people. I've heard people talking about manifesting things is evil. No, it's not. I got told off someone yesterday that the yoga pose, the child's pose, is evil because it means something. No, it doesn't. Lots of things. You can look into too many things that people say are stuff and this, that, and the other. But yeah, the Dome was crazy. Gov was interested in. Yeah, it's just the Ferdinand, you know, all that sort of stuff. Makes you think of like the Bermuda Triangle, with things blip in and blip out, things go missing. Like this warship went missing. People got fused in it with, you know, I've wrote notes down, so I'll be talking about it tonight. Yeah, thank you, the Fifth World. It's our power. And I heard you saying yesterday something about getting to love yourself again. Everyone needs to learn how to love themselves again. That isn't an ego thing. I don't mean love myself, you know, when you're like, I think I'm it. It's no, love yourself. We are from one. We are powerful. I've been seeing people who've got really good videos out there, but talking about magic, because magic is real, people. It's what was alchemy years ago, what they called magic really is science now. It's about thought and matter, and what you think is what you are, and what you think you bring into reality, which I will be talking about on Friday. But people get scared when they don't understand things. Even people who've got some really good channels out there, I know, quite religious, will think it's, and I don't mean that if anyone is religious, will see that as an evil thing. It's not evil. I keep saying we've been told or programmed to believe something is bad when it's not. It's just the others use it for something different. Like I've said before, people go on about money being evil. We believe it's worth something because that's what we believe. Money is worth something when it's only paper. But at the end of the day, sadly in this world at the minute, we need money to pay bills and stuff. But it doesn't mean you're an evil person if you have lots of money. It's just the way what you do with it, and if you help others or not. Because helping others instead of yourself, being self all the time, is to help others is helping yourself. Because when you put it out there to help others, you'll get it back to yourself. Because if you're projecting love out there, love comes back. If you're just doing everything out of self, you won't really get the good things coming. But I'll be explaining that on Friday. It's all law of attraction, you know, that sort of stuff. Some people don't believe in it. Some people think it's evil. It's not evil. It's what we are. Yeah, great vibes. And that's why I keep saying you've got to keep that vibe, the good vibration in, because the law of one is you can either choose to be one way or another. You can choose to be good. You can choose to be bad. Good versus evil. We were given choice. Some people say we were given the choice on this planet to choose, free will. So you can either, yeah, love as currency, yeah. You can either vibrate in the vibration of love, which is the highest of the high and one, or you can choose to do it on the opposite side. But you can also choose, some people can be good and go over to the dark side, if you like to say. Some people can be bad and choose to come over to the light side, which we have seen in some things going on in the Q reality. It doesn't just mean, like I've said before, if you've come from a family that were classed as bad people or whatever you want to say, or a bloodline or whatever, it doesn't mean you can't choose to move, to shift into something good. You can, if you really want that. If you want to, you have to project out what you want to see in the world. And I say there's more people, I believe there's more people today that could have been bad in the past, whatever, but because they've seen stuff now, they want to see more good in the world. So if you want that, you have to change it yourself. You go within. But I'll be talking about more of that on Friday. Might not be some people's reality, but I know it's mine and quite a lot of other people's out there. No matter if you've done bad things in the past, if you really want to make a change, you can make that change. It's not easy. You have to work at it every day. Oh, there's a new thing on. Has anyone called a series called? Looks a bit interesting. It's like an alien pet thing called, don't know if it's new, I'll tell you when it pops up in a minute. You can be that. Splice. It takes hard work. A marriage is hard work. It isn't, and it is, and I'll be talking about that on Friday as well, because things are projected out on TV, as we all know. Sorry, I couldn't see chat, about how we're told the marriage should be. No. This is why lots of families are breaking up. No. But I'll be talking about that more on Friday. How I see it anyway. It doesn't have to be how others see it. You are all born innocent into a world of liars. You're all born innocent into a world of liars. Some might believe that, some might not. But like I said, it all boils down to what you believe. That's why certain people do certain things, because they believe it works for them. They believe it so much. But that's, like I said, I'm going to save that chat for Friday. Well, I might do it before Friday, it depends, but not today. But so I'm getting distracted by that. But yeah, interesting things. Well, that's a funny thing, because some people think on the internet, outside at work, especially celebrities, a lot of people, oh yeah, the mass media uses projection. God, do they? Their projection. A lot of people are in fear, because what they don't understand, they fear. So they won't look at it because they're in fear. And if you don't understand it, you're not going to get it. So a lot of people think that, say for example, YouTubers on YouTube. I'm not a massive YouTuber, but this doesn't mean every massive YouTuber is what I'm going to say in a minute, because us who are smaller YouTubers are as well, can be as well. But I'm saying a lot of people will follow massive YouTubers, especially the celebrities that are on YouTube, because they think because they've got a higher following and they're proper in the media limelight and a lot of people worship them, that they are telling the truth. So when they say something like, for instance, Robert De Niro at the minute shouting out about Trump, this, that and the other, you know, they think he's great and believe him, and, you know, because people look up to the wrong stars, basically. They think that because someone's got a higher following, more subscribers, that this person is absolutely truthful in what they're saying and absolutely stands for good. When sometimes people talk about things with bits of truth in to try and distract you from something else. But some people don't seem to get that. But I'm not saying that's every big YouTuber, it's not. And I'm not saying that smaller YouTubers are not deceiving as well, if you get what I'm saying. Where people will poo-hoo, I'm just saying for an example, poo-hoo other people because they believe just because someone else has got maybe millions of subscribers or whatever, that they're talking rubbish. People fear what they don't understand. Someone said to me yesterday that I was a nutter. I don't really care because I'm not really trying to prove anything in a way. I'm just saying how I see things, and I think it's quite funny because people only say that when they hear something they don't understand, they don't research, or they're in fear because they don't get it. They don't get it. They don't understand what's really going on in a world where they think reality is the way we've actually been told for a long, long time. When who have we been told off? Who we've been programmed by at the end of the day? Media's always are careful with words, and words are spells. Kill Kennedy with magical. Or did Oz kill Kennedy with magical? You have to be careful what you say. That's why celebrities say certain words and certain things. We are all magic. People go, no, we're not, it's evil. We are. We all have energy inside us. Yeah, religions. We all have energy inside us. All religions around the world have the same one thing that they sort of talk about, and the same things that they talk about. Like, you always think, oh, they're quite similar, aren't they? They might have different names. They might look different. They start new other myths around the world. That's because it's all coming from the one. But I'm not going into that because I just think what I think. And at the end of the day, I believe there is a cycle that we go through. There is a truth coming out. If you don't understand it, that's fine. That is fine. And it is hard sometimes to not say words that, words do affect people. That's why trolls say what they say. They do affect people, but then again, it is how you take it as well. But that, like I said, that is another thing I'm going to talk about on Friday. Yeah, I believe that as well. I believe they've put things in there to lie, and people have took over that to deceive people. I'm not saying God's not real, because I believe in God, but I'm not religious. I just believe it in a different sense, and I can look at the Bible and see different things. But it's truth. You know, all about this stuff about petrified giants, this, that, and the other stuff to put out there in films. But people will call you a nutcase because, one, they don't look. They're in fear because they don't understand. Some people's realities, some people's not. That's okay. It's my reality, and I think it's quite a few others as well. But David Wilcock, some people might say, oh no, he's not real. I watched something about his wife did a speech. Spot on, I thought. Spot on about the law of one. That's how I think. Talking about Ra and Horus's eye and stuff like that. Some people go, oh, that's evil, that's evil. Well, doing some digging. I think language, I think years back, I don't think we actually spoke. I think we all did telepathy, because words do affect, and words are, like I've said, history is his story. Who was in charge at the time wrote history, and we all know there's truth in history, but it's all been twisted to whoever was winning at the time. That's why it's so confusing to people. People come on going, oh, you're a nutter, or you're lost, or this, that, and the other. We're all just seeking out the truth, and the truth is within. That's why I believe when you watch a film and you think it resonates, especially these sci-fi fantasy films, even gamers, when they're on these like sort of fantasy gaming things, maybe they love it so much because we resonate. Maybe it's not resonating, it's a knowing that, was that a time where we were at one point, if you get what I'm saying. Yep, lies rule earth, they definitely do. Not for long they don't. There's a cycle coming. Yeah, we are seeking out the truth. That's why I say I don't get people who, don't get the Q thing. You know, whether you believe it or not, it is a movement of truth. And it's a movement that's going on around the globe with other things. I was trying to tell someone this the other day, and they just poo-hoo it. Like, what's so bad about a truth movement that we know has been reported in the Daily Mail as a conspiracy over here as well, and calling it a Trump conspiracy with JFK Jr., when we know out there they tried to make Trump a bad person, and he's not. People think he is because he's got money. It doesn't mean you're a bad person if you've got money. They put all that out there. As we all know, he isn't a bad person. Lies are supposed to be a perception of truth. Yep, they twist their truth and put it out in films and different things. They project their stuff on like the Cav hearing. All the stuff they said was not Cav, it's what they do. It's what they've done. But they project it out like a mirror. You know, those in the shadows. What was that, Vincent Fusca, Dark to Light? And I was watching a bit of Star Trek this morning talking about these things that took over, the old Star Trek that I used to watch as a child. They took over and mind controlled these people on a planet. Mind control sounded a bit like MK Ultra. And guess how they got rid of them? Guess how they got rid of them? They killed these things off that had taken over 3 planets and destroyed 3 planets. So they were like, we can't kill millions of people because if we kill these things, it'll kill millions of people. How can we get rid of it without killing the people? Guess how they killed them off. Can anyone guess? You might remember if you're older and you used to watch it. I used to watch it, but I don't remember this one. Can anyone guess? Think Vincent Fusca, Dark to Light. Can anyone guess how these things were killed off? And they were like blobs of, I don't even know what they were, they might be plasma things or something. They were, can anyone guess how they may have killed these things off that didn't kill because they were hosts in the bodies of people, how they killed them off without killing the humans? It was an old Star Trek, you know, the very first Star Trek that came out with Spock in it and Captain J. Kirk, the old one, that were the best ones, I think. They went to a planet where they were trying to help people, but they were mind controlled off these things that had come. They said they'd come to Earth, well, their planet, 8 months ago, and they took over, but they've been taken over. Hillary killed them. Yeah, she probably did. They'd already took over 3 planets. So I was watching it like, sounds like mind control. That was controlling them because they were getting told to do things and that and killing people and this, that, and the other. Anyone guess what might have killed them? Think of Vincent Fusca, Dark to Light. No. Dark to Light. Something in the sky. Something that they've tried to haze over, maybe. The son of, what was Ra? I was like, oh, interesting. I'm finding out that so many of us are following complete Luciferian posing as Christian. Yeah, the sun, thank you. They said, oh, the one thing is the sunlight, because they were when they were there, they were always in the shadows. They didn't like pure sunlight or the light. And yeah, rainbow. And yeah, exposed to the sun. Vincent Fusca, Dark to Light. Also, what was the other thing? Spock said, yeah, sunlight. I said this as well. Yeah, I think chemtrails are, I think they fog stuff, but it's a foggy day today. The sun's trying to get through. And Spock actually said, yeah, exactly, sunlight is a natural disinfectant to those that dwell in the shadows. So it killed them off in the end. So Spock turned around and said, do you remember me saying the other day? He went, well, you know them whistles that dogs can hear but humans can't because it's on a different frequency? He said, and then he said something about the sunlight. And he said, but it's a light we can't see, but it's strong. And I was like, hey, thinking about things. And then you see it all over the telly, like the electric thing now going on with the wormhole that's coming in and the thing that I'm watching now, but twice Tesla things on TV today. I'm like, okay. Well, if we get sunburn, maybe it's something to do with something else, but I actually think I'm not a big sun worshipper anymore. I like to sit in it to catch a bit of the rays, but I don't think we should be sitting in it sunbathing. And someone said maybe it's not the when people get cancer. I'm not saying this is true, but I have heard someone saying, what do we put on our body to keep the sun rays off us? What if that's got something in it that's mixing with something that's causing something? Because people go, oh, I even got that, you know, I used to stay out the sun and put loads of cream on. The sun. Hidden truth stranger than science fiction. Exactly. I don't think we're meant to sit in it and sunbathe and cook ourselves. I think you're supposed to catch it at certain times of the day for vitamin D, yeah, and all that. UV, yeah, on the sunscreen. I'm not saying it's true, but it makes you think about things, doesn't it? We know about vaccines, and I'm not saying all of them and this, that and the other and stuff, so, you know, wouldn't surprise me. This is what I'm saying. People think I'm nuts because I look into things, and they might think I look into too much, but it's just nice to look into things because some of it's starting to make sense. That's what I do. I document it every single day I'm sitting in right now. It's the most amazing thing. Exactly. Oh, I know I'm not, but some people get scared. See, it's that thing again, like I've said before I drink this drink up, little one's gone for a nap because he's absolutely knackered today. So I thought I'd get in there. The sunlight is what affects the climate and their natural cycles of heating and cooling. Yeah, and I don't think like, I know a lot of friends who love to sit in the sun in summer when we actually get it over here and roast themselves. I don't think it's about roasting yourselves. I think you're supposed to catch it at certain times of the day, sun gazing and bits of it. But I don't think too much of a good thing's a bad thing as well, if you know what I mean. But I was going to say now. But some people's like that thing I said before. Some people, like I've said this before, usually like in school, are bullies. And they bully because they don't understand or they don't like someone else's way of doing things, or they think they're a nerd, or they think they're weird or nuts. So they don't like them, so they bully them. Some people in that bullying gang only hang around with that bully because they're frightened of getting bullied. Sometimes it's because the bully doesn't understand, that's why they do it, and the other person doesn't think it's right, but they're scared of getting bullied, but would love to step out and think their own way of thinking and stand out and say something, but they're scared because they're scared of what the other person's going to say. I'm not scared of people coming on here in other places that I go calling me a nutter and changed my name over in a Discord place to a nutter because it just makes me laugh. I'm like, no, you just don't understand what I'm talking about. We'll just say that thing if you're not in the same reality. It's okay. You just don't understand what I'm talking about because you're not researching the right things, like I keep saying to them. It's not in a nasty way. It's just you're not researching what I'm researching. We're not on the same page. It doesn't make someone bonkers that you don't understand what I'm talking about, but a lot of us around the globe are on the same page. Sunscreen causes it. Apparently that's what, when you start thinking things, you think, funny all this stuff. The radiation of the sun is higher than ever. Yeah, it's like I said, we just, the snippets we're finding out, some of it's twisted. We don't know really what's what, do we? We don't really know what's what. There's so much lies and deceit in everything, in everything. Yeah, when you was younger, yeah, when you think about it, when I was younger, we didn't put sun cream on. Now you have to slather your kids in it. You're told to slather your kids in it. Sunburn, I never got burned and my kids were always worried about sunburn. Exactly. My nana never did because she was always out in the garden and stuff. We have divine star particles. Oh, I was just about to say as well, we are all, what I said about Terminator, we've done this, the divine, what was it called? The all spark. We are the divine spark. We all have the divine spark within us. Some people think that's nuts. We have the divine star particles. We are made from stars that show up that are activated. Yeah, by sunlight. That's what they're trying to keep off us as well. Coconut oil is a natural sunscreen. I love coconut oil. Sunlight is good for your pineal gland. Yes, it is. That's why you're supposed to sun gaze. So there's another thing with the pineal gland again as well. What was the other thing as well? Well, we have the divine spark within us all. From the divine, we are all from one, from the divine. The law of one. I just think it's getting very, very interesting. And because I'm tuning into things, I'm seeing things, I'm hearing things what my son's watching, I'm seeing things on telly. I'm seeing things outside and just loads of things. I don't actually use sunscreen. I don't use it. But I don't also sit in the sun, as in I don't cook myself. I'll sit in it for a little bit and then I'll go in the shade. Or if I was on holiday, I haven't been on holiday for ages, I'll move about. I get bored. I don't think you should be cooking yourself in it all the time. They brought it into fashion, didn't they? I don't know when it was, but they brought it into fashion. Coco Chanel or whatever the story was, I don't know, way back, saying it was in fashion to have a tan. Funny that. I think religion and science and what they are hiding will emerge. Oh, of course it will. I will know what they've tried to keep from us. Book of Enoch. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not religious in the sense of I have to be worshipping, going to church. I'm not calling anyone who does. I'm just saying I believe there's a God, a creator. I call it the creator. I call it source. Divine we are. But I believe the Book of Enoch, fallen angels, you know, whatever you want to call them. Some people call them angels, some people call it angels, whatever. I think they look different to us anyway. All that stuff, giants and all that. Yes, I believe in. There was a time, people come on now, oh God, she's nuts. No, they've hidden stuff, took things out, wrapped it up. We all know there's skeletons out there and different things when you start looking about. People are finding out more of the truth because of the internet. They thought they'd use the internet against us, but we're using it to find out the truth. Obviously, there's stuff out there that's bull crap. Obviously, they twist things up. That's why it's very hard to. People come on saying, "Oh, you lost," or not. No, it's very hard to sift through everything, but you feel it because you're like, sort of makes sense. Are we on a cycle thing? Poisons in sunscreens, exactly. It's a bit like the weed killer they're putting in cereals that we're beginning to find out, and they are reporting on now. It's like, all right, yeah. So it can't be a conspiracy. Some people call that a conspiracy. She's mad. Well, they are reporting on bits of that. Go research. People need to research more instead of, don't take for what I'm saying for the truth. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying I'm looking at stuff and it's making sense to me. And it's not because I'm thinking it. I'm actually feeling it. So something I was watching before. Oh, it was, the song on Star Trek, the Star Trek Enterprise. I did write it down. I think you lot will know in America, but I don't know who sang it. It says something like, I have faith in the heart, na 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 na. That song, I was like, exactly. I'm trying to find the song. Oh, here it is. Something like, I've got faith of my heart, faith to believe I can do anything. I don't know the tune. Faith in my soul, faith in the heart, faith in the soul, faith in the heart, faith I can do anything, faith to believe. That song's brilliant. I think that's on Starship Enterprise, one of them, because there's the different ones are on in the morning. I swear it's healing me. We are beginning to heal. They said that's what this lot was. You find out some of the truths that are awful. It's not nice. It's upsetting. It's depressing. Then we begin to heal, because with knowledge comes power. So when someone said to me the other day, "Oh, you're watching stuff, it's getting you down." No, I've done all that process of being upset. I've done all that process of seeing what I've contributed to, as in stuff you don't know. You're contributing things that you're buying, things with things in, things that you're doing to yourself. Then you're like, why was I doing that? Because you were watching certain stuff and getting sucked in by celebrities, what they were telling you to do, this, that, and the other, if you understand what I'm saying. So after the sort of sadness that you see, like I said, out of, what did I say the other day, out of pain comes healing. You have to see the pain, you have to see the dark side to see the light, and then you'll know that you would rather go to the light, if you get what I'm saying. And we are all healing at different times, but we're all beginning to heal. This is why I believe some people, sorry to offend anyone, if you're just going to get down about it and start drinking and start going into that sort of thing, I don't mean people just have a couple of drinks. I mean, start drinking. Drinking's not bad, good. Drinking spirits and stuff, you get a lot of alcoholics now. They get into that spiral and then they end up going down in the lower rooted areas and staying there, and they can't get out of it because you're not really dealing with your fears. You've got to deal with your fear. They try to keep us in fear to keep us down. If anyone thinks that's bad, it's not. Smoking, drinking, people who are watching porn all the time, because this thing seems to be going on a lot. It's dragging people down. It's a fact when you look into it. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing if people, smoking that, but it is one of them things that they try and get you into. Some people go, oh, I do this because it makes me feel more relaxed, as in them sort of things. It's like, no, you need to face your fears as well. Like some people don't want to know about all this ugly stuff that's going on because they don't want to look at it, which I can understand, because it's not nice and it upsets you. But in a sense, you need to see the dark side to see the light, to be upset, because out of upsetness, you become stronger in that sense. Yeah. That's what I think anyway. I'm not saying to anybody on here, that's what you must believe. It's just, I know a lot of you are on the same page, because we are doing this sort of trying to find truth process. We're trying to heal, because we see things that exist in this world are not it's not real. It's been put there, some of it. And your thoughts do affect what you bring in as well, and you do bring into reality what you think. But like I said, that's another chat for Friday. Yeah, evil has existed unchecked too long. Exactly, and that's what I was saying about with Q and that, and these people who don't believe it. Oh well, it's too late for that anyway. You just don't understand it. Is evil has existed unchecked because it's been swept under the carpet. In the UK, it's been swept under the carpet. It's been swept under the carpet all over. So it looks like we're complicit. No, we just didn't know. Not all of us. So, and it's crimes against children, and it's crimes against humanity, crimes against human rights. That's what's going on. And that's what Q was bringing. So all you lot who don't believe in Q, that's fine. At the end of the day, don't shun it. It's not a bad movement. It's a truth movement. That's what the whole thing on the map at the bottom is, human rights. So if you think that's a bad thing and that's a bad movement, there's seriously something wrong with you, or you just don't understand. So, I just don't get it. We're supposed to be uniting. It doesn't matter if you're not on the Q train, but to say it's silly and it's a conspiracy theory, and to reject it when people are trying to help, is pathetic to me. So all I'm saying, it's about uniting together. We work better in a team. We can work on our own, but we work better in a team, as I can see now. People thought they were lost. People thought they couldn't talk to other people because thought everyone would call them a nutcase, this, that, and the other. I don't care about that, because doesn't bother me, doesn't affect me. We work better in a team, like we're all showing worldwide. There's a massive team going on, helping each other, uniting and getting truth out there. Team building, it's a team. Trump's in a team. What team? You work faster and stronger in a team. That's why Trump's getting a lot of things done within time, quicker, but within the law, which we keep shouting out. Can't wait for this weekend. Can't wait for November. Oh. Well, if one thing I'm sure of, that is what I'm sure of. I'm sure, this is my reality, that we have been lied, and even people who are not on the Q train, you don't have to be on the Q train. We've been lied to, even if you're not on board with everything we've been saying. But that we all work together better in a team, because I know some people who are on other things and they're working together with a load of other people, so therefore you're in a team. A team is stronger together. United we stand, divided we fall. That's the truth. Can't do it on your own, people. You need other people. That's why it's working now, because there's all of us around the globe connecting and talking about things. People out there thought they were on their own. You're not on your own. We know we're not on our own because of this. Internet has connected people, and we can all see. We're all thinking of that same thing, one consciousness, connecting, realising we're resonating with the same thing. Why is that? And we work better in a team. That's what's been happening. That is why, when the plan came in, that's why the plan came in for Q last year, to drop the breadcrumbs, to wake more of us up, and just to go and research. That's all it's about. It's not anything else. It's not anything sinister. But hey ho, Daily Mail reported it's a conspiracy. But I guess they would. Mainstream media. Oh, it started, Fox Acid. It's here. Wait till this big boom comes. Oof. Tesla was brought in, the program to Tesla is being talked about a lot now. It's all over. Twice on TV, and I'm watching one of them now. Shame on Westinghouse. Yeah, and Edison stealing it. So it just said on there someone stole the scientist's work. That was Edison. See, listen to this, right? Are you going back to the prophecy? The prophecies are all over, but I do think we can change the stars. But yeah, prophecy's in it. It's biblical. It's everything mixed into one. Everything. Right. Termination point. You listening? When his time travel experiments are shut down, a scientist steals the tech. I mean, some people could say that was Donald Trump's uncle. That to me is Tesla. Edison stole a lot of things. That's my dad. There's probably something going on. Edison stole a lot of things as well. And it said, continued his work with devastating consequences. Now, Tesla wanted things for humanity. Edison didn't. electrifying elephants and all that, this, that and the other. So he didn't want things for humanity. People who also come on here and just listen to this, if you're interested, please go and research, because the only way, I'm sick of people going on about like, oh, this isn't this, that, the other. When you have an experience yourself of certain things, which I'll be talking about on Friday with manifesting and stuff like that, only will you understand certain stuff. People who tell other people that's not true, I'm not talking about cute, I'm just talking about different things, oh, UFOs, whatever, oh, this isn't true, that isn't true. If you've not had an experience something, you would say that. But if you have, you have. And your truth is your truth and nobody else's truth. So no one can take that away from you. Don't be scared to shine your light. Show your true colours, because like I said before, some people are scared of showing the true colours because they don't want to look stupid or they weren't in the know. And I'm sorry, a lot of men are like that, you know. It's about keeping their ego in check and they don't want to be seen as they didn't know. So what? So what? Your ego's the material thing that's here. Go within. Don't be scared of looking silly. Don't be scared of speaking out and saying what you want to say because you're scared of what others think. That doesn't matter. You know your own truth. And if you're not speaking your own truth, that's what will eat you up inside anyway. Some people go on other places and they're into a little bit of something, but because the majority in that place are not on it, they'll keep quiet. And I don't think you should. You shouldn't be shut down, because that is what those have been doing to us, shutting us down at every opportunity. So if you're doing that, you're doing the same thing as those people. They hated Tesla because they were starting gas and oil. Exactly. Free energy. What's Trump been shouting out? A lot of people who don't believe that. Oh, who's Q Plus, by the way? That's come out, hasn't it? Has anyone seen the new Fox commercial they've been putting out, where we go, one we go all? People are just not liking listening to it. I do believe Trump's going to come out and say a few more things soon, because a lot of people don't believe that Trump's part of the Q team, but they support Trump. But never mind, we're all mad, aren't we? You'll be more brainwashed the further you went into school. Exactly. If you made it through college, you'll be brainwashed slave. I did go to college, but I didn't. I've never really took much notice, even when I was there. But I wasn't doing like, I don't know, certain stuff some people go to college for, and sort of skip classes as well, because I've always been a bit. I was bored at school. I liked it, but I was bored, and now I know why I was bored in certain lessons. Really bored in history. Wouldn't be now, but really, really bored in history. Wonder why that is. Wonder why kids get bored with certain things and they want them to sit there all the time. Because I think they're resonating with, they know that the fact they know, but they don't think they know, that actually it's because it's not true. Thumbs up, people. Truth sets us free where we can see and think. Yeah, that's why I said we can't know where we're going to if we don't know where we came from. So truth does set you free. Knowledge is power. That's why those who had knowledge tried to keep it in secret societies, this, that and the other, certain ones, and keep it from the masses, because greedy. Yep, Q plus. So, you know, here's the electric now hitting the cars, the electricity, Tesla. The Tesla machine was in the one before about the warship, the what's it called, the elder bit. What was it called? The warship anyway. The US warship. Which reminds me of Star Wars. I don't know if anyone can guess why. And also reminds me of the Pirates of the Caribbean, which I will be repeating tonight, because in the Pirates of the Caribbean, the ship, do you remember, was it the Black Pearl? They were fused into the ship, weren't they? And he said you become part of the ship. And also Star Wars, Han Solo, what was that thing he got trapped in when he was like stuck in it? Looked like he was fused like metal, like reminded me of that, if you get what I'm saying. When you start thinking, I was like, the Black Pearl. Here's my dad. Jen, Mad Dog, Mattis, being what? Subtle to the caravan, Don not crossing to US. I ask you this from the bottom of my heart with tears in my eyes, or I will kill you all. What, Dad? What's that? I know you've posted something, but I can't see it yet. Oh, they're getting all the military down there ready. Think they can just come in? Nope. Carbon. Oh yeah, sorry. I was like, what? Carbon. Yeah. So that when I was watching it this morning, I was like, oh yeah, it's like Star Wars. Why have I always resonated with Star Wars? I like Pirates of the Caribbean. I like that. Like they got fused to the ship, didn't they? There are plasma discharges that happen between planet. Yeah. Mhm. Look through the eyes of a child. They are constantly observing, learning, and are always. That's why. Someone was saying, it's going to sound whack to some, that David Wilcock's wife said something about she saw a Draco, but it was a younger one that came into reality and was shocked because there is different realities and things. But they normally say they're nasty, but she said, but it wasn't because it was a young one. And we all know when you're a small child, this is a fact, when nothing's really been programmed onto you for a long time, a lot of kids are in love and they daydream and they play and they don't see race and colour and stuff like that until it starts getting projected on them off the family, friends and the TV about what's supposed to be good and bad, this, that and the other. They are innocent. And that's why we know these entities come along, and that's why they're doing things to certain children, because they are from a pure light of innocence and they don't see all that till they start growing up. Depending on what family they come from and what they're watching and stuff is how the children get affected. Yeah, the elites are using the caravan to traffic children. Yes, there's all the, you know what I mean? It's just disgusting. Waxman, a quote from the Mattis from a while ago. Oh, right. Oh, yeah, because my dad said, if you go back and look, if anyone's on the queue, if you go back now and start rereading all the queue posts, it's happening now. And my dad, it's amazing. He said, I just don't know how they put it together. And I'm like, intervention of whatever you want to call it. There's definitely, you know, down to the day and everything. So on that clock, star clock, queue clock, cycle, the cycle that happens, biblical prophecies, whatever you want to call it, we're rewriting the stars. That's why I love why Jenny Hatcher's put that song over the JFK Jr. one off The Greatest Showman on Earth. We know who the greatest showman on earth is, who I believe it to be. And that song, Rewrite the Stars, we are rewriting them. They wrote theirs, we're rewriting ours. That's what I believe. You can think I'm bonkers or whatever. I don't mean you lot on here. I mean anyone who watches it after. But, you know, if you're not researching and looking into certain things and expanding your thinking, because this is what other people are having a problem with. They don't understand because they will not expand out of their, I'll say box and people go, oh, they hate that word box. Expand your thinking. What did Q say? The vastness of space. Expand your thinking. Don't listen, don't believe everything you've been told off the TV and stuff like that. People are going about mainstream media. They'll still sit down at the end of the night with a curry and a beer, and they'll sit and watch the news. It's like, what are you watching mainstream media for? The only way I'd ever watch it, I don't watch it on telly, is to just laugh at them to see what rubbish they're pumping out, like all the stuff they are pumping out at the minute, because they've got nothing. They've got no proper ammo on anyone about nothing, because once you've been shown in the light, like I keep saying, once your blinkers are off, you know how it works, and it can't go back. It'll probably come back in maybe so long, because there's a cycle, but it'll creep back in. But when you've seen something, you can't unsee what you've seen, and that's a fact. Oh, the number's much higher now. Oh my God, much higher. Yeah, I saw Trump saying about the military going to the borders and this, that, and the other. It's going to go off when they start firing it. We don't know if we're going to do that. I think something different's going to happen. You know, they're not going to want to kill innocent people. But I guess we'll just have to see. Did anyone see Tyler Space? Oh God, I can't think what his thing's called. Yeah. Yeah. They know what's going on. They've already they already knew this caravan was going to happen. So if they knew it was going to happen, they know what they were going to do. You know the plan, just the plan. Early Q drops state all mobs, Antifa, caravan, etc. all infiltrated with military intel. Yeah. I know. Can we stand it one more week till the elections? And then This is why they're throwing all this stuff out there. They're throwing all the suspected, that guy with the suspected packages, the caravan, everything, everything, because, you know, it's coming up. They know he's going to get elected, and then they know, whoa, you know, this stuff that we've all been saying. We're waiting patiently with faith, and then you've got all them others saying, you ain't been saying this for ages. You've been saying this for ages. Get ready, peeps. It's coming. You don't have faith. You're not looking in the right directions, and at the end of the day, like everyone keeps saying, this just doesn't mean they've got to do it within the law. Fact, they've got to do it within the law, so nothing can come back and go, oh, well, actually, they did this and they did that and it wasn't in the law. No, they're doing it within the law because they did it. They didn't care. They're doing it within the law. It's not you're proven guilty. You know, it's not you're guilty before you're proven innocent, like they were trying to do with Cav. It's you're innocent before you're proven guilty. Fact. Caravan goes directly to the FEMA camp. Exactly. Someone said the other day, FEMA camp, New World Order. No, that's what they were going to do. Stars have changed. That ain't what's going to happen. President Trump is always ahead. Way ahead. Exactly. Because I do think there's something... I believe there's something big helping anyone. You know, you don't have to believe it. I just think, you know... Yeah, they said get your popcorn ready. Podesta weekend coming up, apparently. Popcorn, Podesta weekend. Whoop, whoop. And there's other people going, don't understand, Podesta. You don't understand what that connection is to stuff. Some people, you know, it's like, not you lot on here. It's like fighting the same fight, people. Get united. You shouldn't be chucking truth movements out there. I was trying to think about that Ezra guy the other day, if it was another guy or him, but then I thought, oh, was it Ezra? I said something ages ago on a chat that I went in ages ago on the Rebel TV media, which I like, but, you know, I just think of Alex Jones. A lot of people follow him, and, well, we know about that at the minute, don't we? And everyone goes, oh, but he red pill people. Yes, he did. Why? I mean, some turn white to black to white, don't they mean in hats? But was called out. And that's why people also don't believe in you-know-who, because they follow him and believe, you know, I carry an empty popcorn bag just in case. I'm always ready. Yeah. I need to get some in. I'll definitely be getting in some this weekend. Martial law is to be enacted in certain cities to control movement and people trying to leave. To start the fact, yeah. Oh, they must not as controlled like Alex Jones. Exactly. Hi, Dolly the Watchman. The Watchers. The Book of Enoch. Yeah. Because weren't the story, I'm not really read it all, but wasn't the guy, Enoch, whatever, that family, they were doing bad things, but he wanted good for humanity and tried to help them. Therefore, that's what I'm saying about you can be born into a family of not good, and you can choose, because it is a free world here, to be one or the other of one. The law of one, you're either good or you're bad. And you can choose to change at any time. That's why I see a lot of hashtag walking aways in America, because some people are realising they've been deceived and they're not believing in that movement, because it's a movement of evilness, basically. This will occur 11/11, yeah, because that's the awakening number as well. 11/11. Key cities, yeah. And also the thing that I watched this morning on the Philadelphia Project with the number 17 in the background, and that film was made in 2012, which apparently a lot of people said that's when the shift started to happen, 2012. True or not, doesn't really matter. I just thought, oh, that's quite coincidence. But there was the number 17 in the background, which I just thought was hilarious. Now I'm watching this one to do with, it is Tesla. I'm like, Tesla. Like I said, Donald Trump's uncle. It just fascinates me. Fascinates me. I'd rather be looking into this anyway, because we can see around that curtain, and all the other stuff is like, you know, you need to like, it's just more fascinating. It's not as, some of it's depressing, but you can't keep regurgitating all the other stuff because things are changing. Like I said, I don't. People think I'm just on the Q train all the time. I'm not. I'm looking at so many different things, but I like to expand. So if any of that does come in, at least I'll have been on something. I knew about something. But like I said, it's not just that. I've seen stuff. I can feel stuff. I've had experiences in some little stuff. So I know about some stuff. Some people don't because they just don't understand. They're not looking at stuff, listening, switching off to some stuff. So, you know, but Stormy Daniels and the Pipe Bomber worked at the same strip club. Oh, yeah. He was a stripper. Interesting. Yes, Lost in Space is on after because I think I'm having a bit of a sci-fi afternoon because I've been working on my book. So because it's cold in my room, I thought I'll sit on the floor. And I don't normally watch telly, but I thought I'll watch the Sci-Fi Channel. And I'm working on these at the minute. They're nearly finished. So I thought I'll do it in here. That's why I'm having a little coffee break. I'm working on my little... Always handy your notebooks, aren't they? Jotting stuff down. Working on some of my stuff and designs while I'm sort of sat watching. And yes, Tesla was obsessed with numbers 3, 6 and 9. Yeah, 3, 6 and 9. My house number's number 6. It's quite funny. But yeah, like I said, there's things to do with numbers. We've not been taught right about it. There's things to do with shapes and the I can't remember what the name is, the shapes, you know, triangles fitting in triangles and circles, triangles and all that sort of stuff. And because some people don't understand that, that's when they start calling and trolling stuff because they don't get it. It's hard to get my head around some of it because looking at a book of that stuff, it's like, oh, I don't understand it. But then again, we weren't taught that way, were we? I've got a book over there, a book of secret numbers, a book of secret shapes or something I've got over there. Even in the book of Notre Dame, I think I've got over there from the charity shop. Yeah, so, you know, numbers, shapes, all that sort of stuff. Hillary on TV, all black people look alike. Imagine Trump saying that. Is that what she's just said? What, recently? Do you know that woman? Well, doesn't really matter, we know where she's going, but these people, yeah, they can say stuff, can't they? But no one else can. Cheeky woman. Oh, that's what I mean. And then you've got people voting who voted for her. Oh my God. Is that what she said? Oh, is that recently? Do people hear this then and then, oh yeah, we'll go and vote for her? Oh my God. Secret Sacred Geometry. I can't say. Yeah, that's the book I've got, I think, something like that. In a recent interview going viral on Twitter. Oh, I hope it goes on Twitter because if I see it, I'll be sending it out as well. Oh yeah, I think I did see. Oh my God, oh my God. Oh, well, we know she's a daft mare anyway, do you know what I mean? Well, she's more than that. Well, she might as well chuck it all out there now. She might as well say what she really thinks because she's going down. Everyone knows what she is anyway. So really, does that really surprise us when these people have been trying to divide us through race, religion, and gender? No, trying to cause. She'll just be flying out. Everything will be projectile vomiting out of her mouth. Oh, I've only got one, I think. I'm unusual, you see, watch. Only one, so it must be unusual. I am a nutcase, don't forget, so that's all right. At least I'm in the nutcase, what should we call it, team. Best place to be. You know, there's people at school who thought, like, people who were, what did they call them at school, like, the dweebs or the, what were they called at school, like, nutcase collective. Yay, nutcase. What were they called at school? Like, the geeks, the nerds. Best place to be. best place to be. The Nerd Brigade. That's the people we want to be with at the end of the day. So all you nerds, don't be offended if you were a nerd at school. Now the time's for you, because now we see all the nerds, all them ones that we call weirdos. You were really getting bullied because really maybe you knew the truth, and people were getting told about other stuff. So in that sense, think of it like that. The nerds are the winners. They banned Laura Loomer until after the election. Yeah, I heard about that. I saw Laura Loomer shouting out to her, what's she called again? Millennium and blah, blah, blah. Her out of the Charmed series. Shouting out to her and they removed her. Another celebrity there. See what I mean about celebrities. Apparently, Farrell, what's his face? Farrell, can't even remember his name. The singer has apparently shouted out he doesn't want Trump to play his songs at his rallies. Another celebrity shouting out there. I bet you don't. I bet you don't. All you in the entertainment business. Not everyone in the entertainment business. I also heard, Farrell, whatever his name is. I also heard, don't know if it's true, but you remember when Mel Gibson made the film Passion of the Christ, which I've not actually seen, but they all went mad about that, didn't they? Apparently, Clementine, the guy who does the prophecies, the Trump prophecies, who's dead now, but everything's like, ooh. He apparently I don't know if this is true, I'm just saying, Mel Gibson a bit of paper or something with a prophecy on it when he made that film to keep that prophecy going. So, yeah, Lucifer in Hollywood, as in Hollywood, Hollywood, as in the holly stick, as in witchery. That's where people get mixed up with, anything on that side's evil. It's not. Magic's not. They're illusions. It's not. It's the way you use it, who you are and how you use it. Do you use it for good or do you use it for evil? The law of one. Do you use it for good? Do you use it for evil? Depends what certain person you are, what you have in your soul, if you actually have one. Hi. So, but that's just what I believe. I'm not telling you to believe that. This is getting weirder, but it's not. Things are making sense. Tonight I'm going to talk more about this Tesla thing and the dream that I had this morning, or last night, whenever. It's all just connected into today. Obviously, because I'm thinking about things and stuff, so things start coming into reality and start seeing things and picking up on things in films and stuff, if you know how all that works. I'm going to go, because little one Boop is having a bit of a nap, and I'll just carry on with what I'm doing while I'm sort of listening. Quite funny. We dare you to watch them. Watch the horror films. No thanks. Off to blow up with the installation. A tsunami in the week. Oh. Got to get the popcorn in this week. Got to get me red top out. I've got a red top with Trump on it saying boss. Need to get my Q top. I don't know where they are actually. I've lost my Q map. That's disappeared. Don't know where it is. Disappeared into time and space. I'm going to go and hopefully I'll see you later on tonight after I've watched The Dome, because I've never seen it before. But yeah, like I said, shine your light. Don't be afraid to, show your true colours of what you actually think. Whether or not others think it. Don't be like, follow the leader, follow the leader just because somebody said. Like I said, people might think I follow something. It's called researching, and I look at other stuff. Because as you know, as I was saying to my dad every day, today or yesterday, I don't just talk about, Kim Clements, yeah. I don't just talk about one thing, as you can tell. I'm always all over the place with stuff because there's a lot to talk about, and it's more exciting to have, my chat's pretty random. It'll talk about one thing and then go into another, mixed up. But I believe there's truth in everything, so it's better than just constantly talking about that's why. But my brain just goes off to different things all the time. I do get distracted, but I'm glad I do. I have got my head in the clouds, but I'm glad I have. Because otherwise I wouldn't be knowing what I know now. A lot going on in the world. Is absolutely massive. I call it. I will. I've seen a lot and they're brilliant, you know. But just keep projecting love out everywhere. I've had my little because that's what I'll be talking about on Friday, as well as intentions. And some people, you know, have candles on, and I do that, and incense, and I do that. And some people say, oh, that's a ritual thing. Now, the thing is with tools, some people use tools like that, and some people say, oh, it's witchy, whatever. No, what it is it focuses people to focus on their intention. You don't need anything. All you need to do is believe, go inside and believe your intention. That's it. You don't need candles. You don't need incense and stuff like that. I just like my incense because they smell nice, and I think about it as it's burning down. It just focuses. That is all. In this country, yeah. That's why Tommy Robinson's going to America to talk about issues over here and in Australia, but some people seem to not think that's related, even though I'm not saying Tommy knows, I'm just saying, funny that, isn't it? Oh. We are leaving the 4th. Yeah, and I don't know if anyone likes David Wilcox, like some people say, oh no, he's working for Gaia, but he actually stepped away from that because they tried to get in there as well. But his wife, who I will find the video tonight to tell you if you're interested in it, she was talking about the law of one and 4D and all that, and the density, like when you pass and go to a different density, you know, if you're a bad person, and it just made total sense. And I thought, yeah, just makes total sense. You've got to be in that, because I believe it's coming, the shift, and you've got to be in that, whether people believe it or not, I'm not really bothered. I'm not talking about you lot, I'm talking about people who come on after. To raise up into that if you want to move along to the next sort of level, if you want to call it, because I think that's what it's preparing us for. We'll be here, but it'll just be different. Change is coming. Today on Fox News, they said the country where Julian Assange is going to end is asylum and sent to the US. I don't even think he's been in over here as long as he said he was, to tell the truth. But before I go, did anyone see the Fox News, the commercial where the woman at the end goes, oh yeah, la la, talking about Trump? That's funny, isn't it? The people who don't believe. Talking about Trump, and at the end she goes, and where we go all. I was like, it's creeping out, people. He's about to go on mainstream media. It's going to come out, whether they like it or not. They're going to have to report on it, especially after the election. Has anyone seen it? I could not stop laughing. Seen it? It was hilarious. Yes, and where we go, 1 week, whoa. Some people who don't know just start, they're like, whoa. Exactly. It was like, they got Trump, Trump at the beginning, talking about him, and what links up at the end, where we go, 1 week, all, and people still see the connection to it. It's like, okay, go back to snoring, people. It's fine. You know, it's just because you've not been watching. Big changes coming, yeah. See, all these other people go, you've been saying that for ages. Good things come to those who wait and believe and have faith. Faith in the heart. Does anyone know if that song was made for Star Trek or if it's a song that was put out there? So the advert was cool, but my dad sent it me last night. I couldn't stop laughing. I had to send it out. I could not stop laughing. Sheep sleep, yeah, Schleeple, we call them, Schleeple. It's not their fault, you know, in that sense. Hillary said, my dad just told me that. I think she's disgusting, but we all know she's disgusting. To say that, who does she? Well, we know who she thinks she is. But she, if people don't walk away who are still on the Democrats and like her and don't see that and think, what? Dog whistle. Yeah, they're just like, what? Has anyone seen Fusket or any of the recent rallies? I've not been watching a lot of it because I was trying to tell someone the other day, if you actually watch the, you know, if they're not into it, it doesn't matter because it ain't going to make any sense to them anyway. But if you're not actually watching the Trump rallies, because someone said, oh, but they last for ages, they do, but they're brilliant. I hate the double standards so much. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I don't mean it doesn't really bother me anymore. I do believe JFK, you know, I believe JFK Jr. is still alive, so I don't need any more validation. Some people do, even though it's great when we see him and we know, you know, what's going to happen. But yeah, she literally, yeah. Walnut sauce, walnut, what's all that about? What's Haiti about? Ugh. Ooh. Do you know what I mean? Ugh. Yick. No wonder she says stuff like that. But I'm not thinking about the badness, I'm thinking about the goodness, because that's what we've got to focus on. So I'm going to go and finish this Tesla sort of aimed film that's on, Lost in Space is on after, why I sort my little notebooks out, because I can't have enough notebooks at the minute from bloody writing everything down everywhere. Hi from Kansas, and they've got little bright little colourful little thingies on, and I will be finding how much these cost to go to America, and when my bags as well, because you know, hopefully I'll have great trading in the end anyway, to America. And I'm coming to America next year, so if anyone's in the vicinity when I come, it's New York by the way, we'll all have to meet up somewhere. Can you imagine? It'd be brilliant. We'll have a dolly day. Ooh, dolly day. If you want to come for a dolly drink, we will. When I find out when I'm actually going, because I don't know. And funny enough, it's about around this time next year. Oh, I've heard all about that. It's just you know, their symbols they put out there, which we'll talk about. As put one out there today. Someone put a video up of unicorns. Why are there so many unicorn symbols everywhere? And kids love unicorns, and it's all pumped out pictures. People really knew why. We don't see a unicorn symbol. You know, I've got a picture of a unicorn down there. We see it as all nice mythology. That because that's how we see it. It's not what they mean. Think sort of like Pizzagate sort of stuff. You know what I mean? So you're all walking around with the symbols on. Like we said, we don't know what it is, but they do. And you think it's great, and they're all laughing because it means totally something different to them. You know. It's just sick. But anyway, I'm going to go, and I will see you later on. Thumbs up, people, which I don't normally say, but I'm going to say it. And I'll see you later and see if I hear anything going on or anywhere, and doing a bit of yoga after, even though someone's told me it's evil again, but there you go. Oh well. But yeah, so bye. I'll see you later. See you later, alligator. Bye.